And people were talking recently about Black Rob and was like, Diddy should be helping and Diddy should be doing this. And we should be starting a union. I kind of feel like the industry should be like the NFL or the NBA. When you get into that league, when you get into that place, they have a guy that shows you what to do with your money and how to invest your money, what you should be doing. You feel like the industry should be doing the same? Because, you know, you get somebody from the hood that's never had anything, you give them $200,000-$300,000, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to make that last
so let me tell you, we do need a union, and I said that a long time ago. I think the problem is we're not holding self-accountability. No. When I went to visit people in prison, I asked the warden, I say, why a lot of these guys here? Say 90% of the people here, it's because of drugs. And drugs is killing our people, man. And we're not holding ourselves accountable. So we like to blame it on everybody, but what about the big record companies? You point the finger at the Diddy's and all that stuff, but what about the Jimmy Iovine's and all these guys that you don't talk about? I've never seen nobody say nothing. They're the ones who got the money. Think about it. Diddy, the middleman to these big corporations, which he made a good life for himself, but I never see nobody angry or frustrated, because those guys should be helping. Those guys made billions of dollars. Diddy might have made millions, but he's still the middleman to the gateway. So I'm just disappointed at our culture that nobody never, you get angry and upset at these guys, but Diddy did what he had to do. So think about this. And Black Rob, I love him, man, and DMX, all these guys. And these guys are amazing talent. But that's what they wanted to be. They signed up to be talent. And so when that talent is over, that's why I'm doing this with my kids. Like, don't just be talent. You spend your money, because you sign up for something, it's like a deal. You sign that deal, like when I signed that deal with them big companies, they don't care if I lose everything and go back to the hood.
That's right.
But nobody gonna say nothing about it. But if I sign the artist and then now they don't make it or they doing bad, you're gonna look, oh, that's your fault. No, you don't understand the process. A lot of these guys get greedy and they wanna go do their own thing. I let a lot of guys go. I've never said, you got to stay with me, I'm gonna break your leg or something like that. I'm like, no, man, you don't wanna be with me? It's like a relationship. Go on about your life. I let them go on. Most of those guys left me, and you could ask anybody that signed a deal with me that I never held them back. I never asked them for nothing. They went and did other deals. To this day, Snoop went on and did what he had to do. We got a great relationship. Some of the guys didn't do what they need to do. They angry and upset. You can't be angry or upset at something. How long you think a music career lasts? You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson went to the top and fell off before he died. So when he died, the stuff came back up. It's like DMX music went up 400-500%. That makes no sense. So a lot of these guys sitting around angry and upset, you can't blame Diddy or Jay-Z because everybody gonna die. That's what y'all got to realize. Like, so stop figuring that part out. And if you get a hit song, if you need to go in the A&R and go find a job, go find a job. Don't just think that, if I just thought I could be Master P, the ice cream man, a music star forever, time go by. My kids, my album, 25 years old. My kids ain't even that age. So that's a long time. You have to figure something else out, and I think we just got to put our trust and faith in God, man, and use this.
I got a lot of Master P clips. I got a whole lot of Master P clips. I'm pretty sure on YouTube, we got a Master P playlist. So go to YouTube and binge watch that Master P playlist because there's a lot of clips on there. Pretty much every time he does an interview, it's intentional, and he's giving us game that I really don't hear too many other people saying, and definitely not saying it the way that he articulates it. So shout out to Master P for that. Bonafide legend. Right here, I'm going to talk to y'all about, should these huge black execs be helping these artists once things hit the fan? Now, I have done a few videos like this before. I have done some lives like this before, but I have never really dug deep like how Master P is talking right here, because this is something that needs to be discussed. And quite frankly, I'm tired of hearing people talk about it. So thank you, Pete, for saying this in the Breakfast Club interview. But now I'm about to give my 2 cents because this is something that absolutely needs to change, but there's a way we need to go about it. So I'm gonna give you 3 ways that this can absolutely change. You need to stay throughout the entire video to get all 3 ways. But before you do that, you gotta hit like, hit share, comment, follow, subscribe, save, and watch the entire video.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82University.com, and right here we got the great, legendary, legend. How many times you gotta say legend, nigga? Great Master P on should Diddy help his artists more. No fluff, we get right to it. Number one, we got too much greed for a union. Unions work when the corporation side 100% understands the value of the laborers. So let's say there's a construction union. You got these guys in offices that own all these lands, own these construction companies, negotiating the contracts. They have to understand that the construction workers are essential to them getting their buildings constructed for them to make money. So what they do is they usually take a construction worker who's a little more sharp around the edges. He can blend into a blue collar environment. He can blend into a white collar environment. And they bring him from the blue collar into the white collar, so that way he is the voice for the laborers, in this analogy's case, the construction workers. He speaks the language of the construction workers. He knows the qualms of the construction workers. He knows their insecurities, their fears. He relays this information to the white collar construction executives. And that is why you see a lot of those times those situations work out. The NBA has a union, and you got all the owners up there with the commissioner and whatever exec that they have on their side, and then you have the players, and the players pick who they want to be the president of the union. For the past 10 years, it seems like, Chris Paul has been a president of the NBA Players Union. Now with CJ McCollum. I got a video with him talking about black coaches. Y'all go check that out. Shout out to CJ. Congratulations to you to being the president. Their union sticks together because the players know their value. The owners know their value. So if something happens, the players are not afraid to lock out. Why can't this happen in the music business? The reason this can't happen in the music business is because y'all are very quick to sell whatever you have so you can be on stage rapping your raps. You don't care about nobody else. You don't care about your publishing. You don't care about your royalties. You don't care about making content that sticks and spreads your music organically. You don't care about your merch. You don't care about learning about the music business. Only thing you want to do is rap, sing, and get paid for it. That's all you want to do. And the easiest route to do that with the least resistance is if you sign to a label. And the labels know that. They have no reason to negotiate with the big artists because they know that there's millions of other artists that will agree to their terms. Like you, record deals are set up to screw artists. And they're gonna continue to do that because the screwing makes a lot of money. So until y'all learn to have some balls and some work ethic and to do it on your own, we're never gonna have a union that works. Because there are unions now. Go Google them. Go look them up. Musician unions, they exist. There just really ain't one for rappers, and y'all wouldn't sign up for it anyway. The same way y'all don't know how to upload y'all music to Spotify by clicking the DistroKid link in the bio. Number two, change starts at the top. You can't change anything from the bottom. You can't change anything in the middle unless it's just a massive, massive tidal wave. And even still then, people at the top gotta agree with what you're trying to do. If you want to have change in the music business, we got changes at the top of the music business. And at the top of the music business is not music people. Universal is not a music company. Universal is an entertainment company. Universal owns movies. Universal owns theme parks. Universal owns a lot of stuff that I'm not about to sit here and list, as does Sony, as does Warner. Those people could care less about music. They could care less about artistry. They could care less about what artists go through. They care about one thing: money. So until we have people that are at the top that also understand the qualms and the insecurities and the fears of the artists, like a construction laborer would inside those white collar meetings for the construction workers, this is never going to happen. And we have had people get in and get to the top. Jay-Z was in at Def Jam. He was a president. He wasn't a president of Universal. He's the president of Def Jam. And he said they wouldn't even listen to him, which is why he got out of it. There was a lot of ideas that he was trying to do. They weren't listening. So he left and decided to go get his billion somewhere else. These people don't want to listen because they don't have to. They're making a lot of money, so why would they stop that money-making train for your emotions? In addition to that, anytime they do pluck one of us and put us in that position, 9 times out of 10, y'all some bootlicking Steven from Django type folk. I'm trying to keep my language a little clean for this one. And that doesn't help us. Y'all in there tap dancing. How does that help anybody? It doesn't. You need to be the same person in the white collar meetings that you are in the blue collar meetings. You need to be the same person you are in the boardroom that you are in the barbershop. Why not? Oh, that's right, because it leads me to my third point, because y'all y'all don't know how to do anything yourself. DIY. Do it yourself. When you have had to figure out how to make your own music, how to get your own cover art, had to write your own bio, had to write your own Wikipedia page, had to make your own graphics, had to have people edit your own video, sometimes even edit your own video, figure out how to market on Instagram, on YouTube, live streaming, email, blah, 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 blah. You've had to learn how to do all that. Can't nobody tell you nothing on how to market yourself and make money for yourself. Nobody can tell you that. See, the problem is y'all don't do none of that. Y'all don't put in the work, which is why y'all don't get y'all DMs answered by me, and which is why you've been in the same spot for 3 years. I went live yesterday, and a dude called in on my live. I wish I could remember his name, and he paid for a badge, and you ain't even got to do that to call in on the lives. I'll let you call in for free. And he asked a question about how I put out so much video content, and the way he worded it was so articulate. I could tell that he's been putting in the work. I could tell he's been studying this. I could tell he's been trying to do this himself. And he's like, how is Dorian doing this? And he had an opportunity to ask me, and I answered that question directly. And inside that live on Instagram, a lot of y'all got a lot of gems, and I was the main one. I literally told you how I built my team from the ground up with no money. Something else I go in detail about in my How to Market Your Music on Social Media class. But I'll give y'all the gems right there for free. And the reason I answered him is because I know what it's like to be put in the work, and nobody answers your questions because they're not put in the work too, or they might have the answer and they want to hold it back. Anybody who is a do-it-yourselfer, they're always going to be a revenue earner. They're always going to be a money generator. That's what I am. I'm a money generating ass nigga. I find ways to make money all the time, and I'm attracted to people that find ways to make money all the time because iron sharpens iron. A lot of y'all are not money generators. Y'all are money spenders. That's all y'all do. Y'all know nothing about how to make money. You know how to spend money, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But for those of you that rap about money or rap about being rich or be stunting on people and acting like you an entrepreneur when you still got a job, what are you talking about? You are a money spender. You ain't a money generator. So stop acting like that. Stop capping, stop front. Y'all don't do it yourself. You let the labels do it for you. Therefore, they ain't gotta listen to you. So when you have somebody like a Diddy or a Jay-Z who gives you an opportunity and you go blow your money in Vegas or on weed or on Hennessy or on gold chains or on Jordans, you wanna blame Diddy and Jay-Z. It ain't Diddy's fault. It ain't Jay-Z's fault. It ain't Jimmy Iovine's fault. It ain't Doug Moore's fault. It ain't none of these people's fault. It's your broke ass fault. That's whose fault it is. So don't blame nobody else for your shortcomings, and don't get mad at anybody else for their successes. If y'all weren't so greedy, if y'all weren't so willing to bend over for people because they got titles and followers and blue checks, if y'all weren't so lazy and did things yourself, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Things ain't gonna change until y'all change. I changed. Look what happened to me. Curtis King changed. Look what happened to him. I could go on and on and on about people all in this business who have changed. The master investor, Ian Dunlap, he changed. Look at him. When are y'all gonna catch on? Never. All y'all gonna do is still be in my DMs crying, mad I'm not responding to, yo bro, watch my video. Suck my dick. I wasn't trying to cuss, but fuck you niggas. You on Instagram, click that link up top. You on YouTube, click the link in the box. Mouth the pond. Y'all stay true. Scroll. Scroll. Scroll.
Group 82 University